Hi, this is David White coming to you again from Austin, Texas with the 11th in our series that we called A Perfect Life. Now tonight we're going to start our discussion of the Beatitudes out of Matthew in Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. We're in Matthew 5:3 tonight. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Now, used to read this and think, boy, those are flowery, beautiful words, but what do they mean? Well, when I finally started doing a little research on it, I found out that they're pretty self-explanatory when I do a little background check. Because virtually every word has a special meaning in this beatitude. Blessed comes from a Greek idiom which means, oh, the joy of, or oh, the peace of. And it's been anglicized to blessed. Blessed are. This is not some future promise or something in the future, but blessed are. Blessed are who? Blessed are the poor in spirit. Now, this is an interesting phrase here, poor in spirit. There are two Greek words that we translate as poor. One of them meant some guy doesn't have a lot of superfluous stuff, but he gets by and take a vacation every once in a while. But the other word means one that if you don't work today, you don't eat tomorrow. Sure enough, poor. And that's the word that Jesus used. It's the Greek word that was used to record his saying here originally. So blessed are the poor in spirit. Poor in spirit. Blessed the one who has given up all desire to control his life, either generally or for one particular element of his life. He's tried to do life and he's failed. He knows he can't do it, so he just turns it over to the God of his or her understanding. So blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This kingdom of heaven. To find out the meaning of that, we can go to the Lord's Prayer. About 3 or 4 lines in, it says, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." The Jews were notorious for using parallelisms. Parallelism is when the writer or speaker says something, then he comes right back in the next sentence and says the same thing, just in different words. So here we have the kingdom of heaven. It's a place where the will of God is done in earth, just as it is in heaven. Blessed are the poor in spirit, who have given up trying to exercise self-will, either generally or with regard to one specific element of their life, and are looking for truth, whatever that truth is. They're willing to give up any preconceived ideas, any particular books that somebody has told them to look at, or any church, or any particular counselor, willing to jettison everything to find this peace, this direct connection with a God of their understanding. I want to share with you a couple of things. I have had this happen to me with regard to specific parts of life on half a dozen or so times in my life. The first one uh, uh, started or happened when I was a 17-year-old boy, almost 18. What happened was I was a chubby kid, and when I was in the 6th grade, the government started giving lunchrooms honey and real butter and milk and flour. And at Cleveland Street School, Ms. Randall worked in the cafeteria, and she was an expert cook. And so what she did was she made sure that once we had eaten the cafeteria food that was put out for us, if we wanted more, we had all the honey and butter and biscuits and milk that we could handle. And I could handle a lot. So I picked up 12 or 15 pounds there in my 6th grade year, and carried that and grew some through high school till I broke my leg in the 11th grade playing football, and led a very sedentary life for about 9 months, but kept eating. In fact, I kept eating more and more, and of old rich fried foods and sweet foods and drinking beer, and put on about 35 pounds or so. I got heavy, I got fat. And I'm not here trying to badmouth people who are overweight. I'm just saying that for me, that just wasn't for me, and yet that's who I became. And I tried to go on diets and fix myself and just couldn't do it. The harder I tried to fix it, the fatter I got. And so it was just inside anguish about this. And the miracle happened around the first week of January of 1960. Suddenly, I just didn't want to overeat or to eat foods that were excessively calories. For about 4 months there, about all I ate was a half a dozen poached eggs a day and a little bacon and some dry toast. And as I recall it, that's all I wanted. The need for this other stuff was just lifted out. It wasn't a matter of a diet. So from Christmas of 1959, when I weighed 205 pounds, till the time I went in the Army in June of 1960, I weighed 161 pounds. And that problem has been taken care of. I've never had the need to overindulge in bad foods since then. Now, I've come to realize that with the way I abuse my body in other ways and with other chemicals, that's probably the reason I'm alive today, is because I always ate well from 1960 on. But I know today that what happened was I'd gone into my closet, gone inside me, and prayed for deliverance. Didn't know it, but that's what was going on. And when I got sick enough with me and quit trying to run the show and do it myself, God took over. And in a week's time, fixed the problem. And that's happened with several other things throughout my life. And I'm very grateful for it. I'll hasten to add, I've got an addiction right now, and have had for 60 years, that I just haven't gotten willing yet to let God take it. Haven't hurt bad enough inside, and I don't have any idea how to get to that point. All I know to do is like the rest of the stuff that He's lifted out, is just keep on keeping on. Now, there's a song that I came across this week, or recently, sung by a lady named Carrie Underwood. The name of the song is Jesus Take the Wheel. You can find it on YouTube. Uh, it speaks a lot to this Matthew 5:3. So thank you for coming this time. Hope you'll come back next time. A good night.